Hello and welcome to another update video about Natgas. We want to start to talk about futures. Getting a bit annoyed with the spot price chart. Let me know in the comments if you want me to continue to cover spot, but the chart history is just too short here on TradingView with the chart I've used. Prices are obviously different, and we had a few differences between the spot market and the futures, so maybe I'm gonna track them both. Let me know what you think in the comments, please. Maybe we start with spot. We still have the situation here that the current move to the upside could be, well, not to the upside. Well, the thing is, obviously on the 22nd of February, we formed a low. I'm still of the view that this could have been just the third wave of this overall decline. That we are now in a so-called expanded flat correction or running flat, which means we moved up in an A wave of wave 4. We're currently coming down in a 3-wave move in a wave B of wave 4. And the next rally could be a wave C of 4. I leave that scenario still alive because it is still very, very valid. It's still possible. You often get these in a wave 4. And I did explain that in the previous video that when the wave 2 is sharp, that wave 4 is often such a so-called sideways correction and an expanded flat or flat correction in which you can get a B wave which is overshooting to the downside. It can be, it can happen very often, yeah, in such a wave 4 because it is classed sideways. So that's the guideline of alternation as per Elliott wave. So we cannot rule that out, even though we come down here quite a bit. But yeah, this is possible still A, B, C, and it did break here last week above the trend line, showed you a support level it needs to hold to push higher, didn't hold it, gapped down significantly, came down all the way to 192, and so far the move up is only in 3 waves. So I have no reason to believe that at the moment we've bottomed. There was a bit of potential here. Highlighted to you that the lower degree structure wasn't entirely clear, but yeah, support was broken, so that indicates continuation to the downside. Unless we now take out $2.12, I think we can continue to focus further on the downside, but obviously it's running out of space. I mean, it shouldn't come down much lower. At some point I have to rule out the B wave. How can the B wave, so how low can the B wave go to be still a valid overshooting B wave? So let me just put those resistances on the chart. And why is that information useful? I mean, that information is useful because it tells us that it could be an overshooting B wave to the downside. That means we can expect a C wave, which means any rally could just be a 4th wave. Okay, so that's sort of the knowledge that we get. I mean, in a maximum 172, right? Maximum 172 to the downside. Any lower than that cannot really be an overshooting B wave, but they can retrace 1.38 times the length of the A wave. Yeah, so these continue to be the 2 scenarios. 172 going to be major support. Let me actually check, because this is the 1.38. Might be worth adding the 1.272, but we didn't react to that yet. So but this would also be a possible support level 182 and then 172, because these are the retracements relevant for an overshooting B wave, in this case to the downside. But yeah, so far rallies did not occur. Gap down again, trend continuation to the downside, no change. Okay, any rally to the upside should reach at least 320 in a 4th wave. We will then get into resistance and we'll then have to watch, okay, do we still make another 5th wave to the downside? I'm still I'm still quite bearish on Natgas. Did say that because on the monthly chart, let's actually check how it, because obviously it's new month now. The monthly MACD, if that continues to push down, then it will probably also reflect in the price here. So we start to see a little bit of a slowdown of the downtrend here on the monthly MACD. But yeah, I can only repeat, we talked about that in December, that whenever we had a bearish crossover on the monthly MACD, we should expect 50, 60, 70% of a decline in price. That so far has worked out. But yeah, I think the bottom line here is we need to be watching for further downside, need to be on high alert for a possible reversal now as well. But, you know, even though it broke above the trend line, it made a new low, gap down, quite a bearish signal. Yeah, unfortunately, not enough signals yet, but hey, we've got something to celebrate. We're going to start to cover the futures here as well. This counts actually better like this, yeah, A, B. So obviously, let's just do a recap. I haven't charted the entire chart. Need to do that from a higher level point of view. Maybe I'll have that ready for the next video. But still, wave 1 to the upside into May. Then an A wave down, a B wave up, and now the C wave down. The C wave I can count as a wave 1 down very long. Wave 2 to the upside. Wave 3 down, wave 4 up, and now the wave 5 to the downside. Or, yeah, as on the spot chart, saying that wave 3 actually ended here, wave 4 still in the making, and wave 5 still to come. Yeah, but overall, we are close to the low of a wave 2, given the entire move down here. Alternative chart would be like this. 1, 2. Nothing changes down here. So again, there is the possibility that this is already the wave 5 or just the lower B wave. But again, the lower we go, that B wave that I showed you on the spot chart here, the less likely it gets. But we cannot rule it out at this stage. Yeah, I don't have a proper 5-wave move to the downside here yet. It still looks like a 3-wave structure to me. So yeah, maybe I will detail out the futures chart for the next few videos. But yeah, again, just the other count I wanted to show you. If this is a W, no, I would have to count it 1 second. Not ABC then in the alternative chart. Oh, they are basically both very likely. Doesn't make a great difference. WX, then Y, and then this is A, B, C. Yeah. And this is the situation we're in, right? And very close to the low in my opinion. Obviously, it's pulled back so deeply. If I draw the fibs on the chart, and so it obviously retraced below the 88.7 fib level. So it basically broke below the last fib that you would normally consider relevant in such a wave 2. So pretty bearish signal. Well, it should hold 143. I mean, this entire assumption, which is still valid, will certainly be challenged the closer we get to 143. Because then I can't count this as a 1-2 anymore. Would then probably have to rework the entire chart. But for now, I assume that a larger degree low has been made here on the 20th of March. And this is a 1-2 setup. I might have to change that, which would unlock prices down to $1 possibly. But yeah, we're not there yet. For now, what we need to do, we need to be watching for a possible low to come. If we look on the monthly chart though, again, and I will chart the entire chart for the next video. Just wanted to highlight that I'm obviously working on it. Oops, not log. On the monthly here on the futures chart, also you see that on the monthly, we're now basically exactly where we were around the low in 2009. Yeah. In terms of the monthly MACD levels. Now, as you can see, this just sort of hovered sideways for many, many years. But it was a different higher degree count. Yeah, this actually made new lows back then. So I sincerely hope, or you can never rule out that it will do something like that. But we'll get some clarity for the next video. I will chart the entire chart and then we can discuss that. But for now, it just indicates that we have reached levels where historically we have reached or had significant bottoms, yeah, significant lows in place. Now, I have reasons to believe that the next rally should be a third wave, and therefore we shouldn't see that, you know, sort of bleeding out that we've seen here. But even here it was quite volatile, right? I mean, here it rallied from 250 to $6, came down again, rallied from $2 to 640. So you have that volatility. So yeah, it's going to get very interesting. Would be surprised if we don't get a significant rally here as soon as the low is in because of the strength of the sell-off. But I'm going to chart the entire chart, count the entire chart, and then we can talk about the higher degree assumptions. Not so easy on the spot chart on TradingView because it's quite short chart history. But yeah, that's going to be interesting. So yeah, unfortunately also here on the futures, if I just go to the 1 hour chart, there is not much information in terms of have we reached the low. It also gapped down and it's just moving sideways now. But yeah, as soon as we see a signal here that the trend reversal is coming, we need to be watching for that. Here, interestingly, by the way, and that's the difference to the spot chart, hasn't actually made a new low. Yeah. But that still makes this sort of assumption of an A wave to the upside, B wave down, C wave up so likely because we haven't reached those what you would normally consider minimum expectation for the fourth wave. So A wave up, B wave down, could still be in the B wave and C wave up. Here, obviously, on the futures, and that's interesting that futures and spot differ here so much. Again, we haven't even made a new low. So the 1.38 retracement that I showed you, that is actually relevant for an overshooting B wave to the downside, would go down here to 155. So here we have much more space. So yeah, it's going to remain interesting. I will keep you updated on a daily basis. 99%, yeah, typically daily basis. Hope you liked the update about Natgas. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.